comrade. It's a great time having you. This nothing can stop you. Motivational message I bring it to you. Go to my YouTube channel. I use the name Bismarck Osei. I have a lot of videos on YouTube. I have a lot of motivational message. When you go to YouTube, I use the name Bismarck Osei. Watch them, subscribe to them for me. Also, when you go to YouTube to have a lot of also another channel, Your Marriage Will Be a State of Mind to the World. I have a lot of teachings on dating, courtship, and marriage. Watch them, subscribe to them for me. Thank you for your blessing support you've given me all this while. Go and watch them and subscribe to them for me. I want to tell you, I have these ebooks for you. I have a lot of ebooks at Amazon, Kindle, and Gumroad, but these are just few of them. This is just 5 of them. I have a lot of books of them. One of them, Building a Competitiveness in a Crowded Planet, $4. It will be impossible to have this world without you. $4. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world. $5. There is something inside you the world is in need of. $4. Leaders of Generational Thinkers. $5. Go to Amazon, Kindle, and Gumroad. Get these books for yourself. Thank you so much. I'm counting on you that you help me drive the sales. Today, I'm sharing you in the next 15 minutes. I'm sharing with you a motivational message entitled, "You are not in this world by an accident." You are not in this world by an accident. Expressively, you are an impeccable personality, or you're very illustrious personality who is seamlessly prepared to restructure your substantial running requirement to overcome any biggest wall that has been built in your mind. So you're one of the personalities that is prepared to deal with any debacle, any mayhem, anything that has been set up in your mind to achieve very propitious outcome, as done by Agatha Christie, a British novelist over the period who understood this overridingly. This appropriate attitude will inundate you, to move from the parallel state of development to propitious state of development. This mindset will move you from a very unpleasant development. In simple words, this mindset will move you from unpleasant development to very, very propitious and a very, very activating state of development, as done by Franklin Roosevelt, American president of the period, who understood what it means. That overridingly, you have to get that prepared attitude that will inundate him, that will influence him to move from any parallel state of development to propitious state of development over the period. And staggeringly, you should, when you appreciate that you are not in this world by an accident, but instead you are here to produce a very staggering panoramic results for yourself, for your community, and global world. It's a mindset that helps you to reach the possible life development of your life. A person like Yun Lingping is a Chinese Yun Lingping, a Chinese agronomist and inventor of the period, understood this, and that helped him to achieve what he ought to achieve. And you also have to work with such a mindset. You might be experiencing a lot of very mayhem, debacle, but you have to understand that you're not in the world by accident to another have a monumental legacy of excellence. This is a personal quote from this man, Woodrow Wilson. Woodrow Wilson was an American president and lived between 1956 to 1924. He once said that you are not here merely to make a living. You are not here in order to enable the world. You are here to enable the world live more amplified, with a greater vision, with a fine spirit of hope and achievement. You are here to enrich the world, and you impoverish yourself if you forget this errand. And that's what the president is telling you. You are not just here to merely for a living. You are here in order to make the world live more amplified, with a greater vision, with a fine spirit of hope and achievement. You are here to enrich the world. You are here to impoverish yourself if you understand what it means to achieve what you're going to achieve with the period. And these are things, a very eclectic, very grandiose mindset you need to develop this morning and for the rest of your life. I want to share you a life story of a woman over the period called Vera Fick Fabrica. Vera Fick Fabrica. Who is that woman? The woman, she was the first female president of Latvia. She was the president for the period 1999 to 2007. They had that confluence of achievement. Vera Fick Fabrica. Vera Fick Fabrica and her parents were refugees due to the invasion of Soviet Union. They live in different countries. Soviet Union invaded Latvia, and that time she and the parents have to leave Latvia. They live in Germany. They live in Morocco and Canada over the period. Despite all this, being a refugee, she knew that it's not in the war by an accident. Instead, to have a very blistering outcome, to have a very staggering legacy of excellence. And when they were in Germany, she lost her sister whilst the parents were wallowing in a lot of financial incumbencies or financial difficulties. Despite these, she knew she's not in the world just to adjust to age balance, she's not in the world just to adjust to age balancing system, ecosystem, permeating the system, but instead to enable the world experience its seamless mind architecture value with a total reflection of her performance. And that was the mindset of Vera Fick Fabrica. She obtained a first doctorate degree in philosophy from the University of Toronto, Maclean University between the period 1965 and 1988. She became a professor of psychology at the University of Montreal in Canada. She took herself to a place of inundated, permeating, and penetrating real living, but not just mere existence. And you also have to epitomize the attitude of Vera Fabrica. In 1988, she returned to Latvia. She returned from Canada to Latvia to take over the leadership of the Latvian Institute promoting Latvian prominence abroad. She was selected as a president from 1989 to 2007. She became a special convoy to the UN and even wanted to be the UN Secretary of State over the period. Despite all being a refugee, she understood what it means that her future is a friend, and that took her to the nirvana, or it took her to the pinnacle, or it took her to the highest level position. Every achievement was not just short-term stories, but instead a central tenet of achieving a country prominence when she became the president of Latvia over the period from 1987 to 2007. We've had that level of very, very, very eclectic, very panoramic, very achievement over the period. I want to remind you, I have a lot of motivation message on YouTube. Go to my channel. I use the name Bismarck say, watch them, subscribe to them. I also have a lot of motivation message. I have a lot of teachings on dating and courtship. When you go to my YouTube channel, your marriage will be a state of mind to war. There's teaching on dating, courtship, and marriage. Watch them, subscribe to them. I have a lot of ebooks. I'm counting on you guys to help me drive the sales of my ebooks. Building a competitiveness in a crowded planet, $4. It will be impossible to have this war without you, $4. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world, $5. There is something inside you. The world is made of $4. Leaders of generational thinkers, $5. Go to Amazon Kindle, go to Camroad, their ebooks, buy them for me. I'm counting on you. Help me drive the sales. The sales is not going. I'm counting on you guys. I know you help me, and thank you for your support you have been giving me. People are following me on Facebook, Twitter, and other places, Instagram and YouTube. Thank you so much for your support. The last thing I want to talk about before we leave: how do I get to the world's pinnacle? You say you're not in the world by an accident. How can I get to the world's pinnacle? Monumentally. Number one, monumentally. Work towards introduction of very innovative, scalability, innovative, scalable product. Monumentally work towards introduction of innovative, scalable product and services that will sharpen the smartness of your community, your national, global leaders. Why? Because the scalability and the innovativeness of the product will force these leaders to introduce policies to expand its production. To work towards let the world reach its pinnacle, get to the world's pinnacle by introducing a very innovative, scalable product and service that will force leaders to introduce policies to expand production globally. Think of people like Georges Duttorieux, who introduced venture capital, and he introduced venture capital over the period. I think it's the French for the period, because it's very innovative, very powerful, very, very potentiating. It has forced leaders to introduce policies to sustain in a global world. And these are things also you can think about. It might not be something so very, you don't have to be too learned, you don't have to be so much very professional luminary in your field. It can be somebody who is semi-literate, but you can do something that's very, very powerful, that will influence leaders to introduce policies that will make globally be useful, like venture capital, microfinance, and all those things, angel investors, and all those period were introduced by people that shape the smartness of leaders to introduce policies to enhance production. Number two, how to get to the world's pinnacle. Number two, extrapolate 50 to 150 ideas from global fundraisers to help you build your fundraising generating capabilities for yourself personally, to help you efficiently facilitate your dream, and to enhance your agility, to enhance the agility of NGOs and state civil societies, to enhance the civil societies, NGOs, foundations, CEOs, SEOs, to enhance their fundraising capabilities, to raise a lot of finance, to help be a lifter of others, and to be a potential to reach a lot of millions of people who are perennial achievers, who are economically disadvantaged. So, extrapolate 50 to 150 ideas from global fundraisers that will help you build your fundraising generating capabilities for yourself, to actually fulfill your dream. Also, to help NGOs and small foundations, and also to help state-owned enterprises, state civil societies, to raise funds to help be a lift of others. A lot of people, as done by Sir James Arthur Ratcliffe, a predicts billionaire, a chemical engineer, and a business model of a period who understood how to achieve it consistently, relentlessly for himself in a global world. Number three, how do I get to the world's pinnacle? Because you're not in the world by an accident. Propediously help towards building the health capital of nations in the global world. Propediously, or most importantly, help towards building the health capital of the nations in the global world. How do you do that? Contribute very electric ideas that will help towards the introduction of subsidized or free monthly health checkup, especially in developing and lower middle income countries. What ideas can you contribute? What strategies can you help? Unconventional approaches you can help so that leaders in developing and lower middle income countries can come out with the introduction of subsidized or free monthly health checkup for people, especially who are very economically disadvantaged, very penniless and perennial families. In most of these countries, people die without knowing their health status. And you can contribute towards building the global health capital of the nation in global world by contributing ideas that help develop this compulsory, free, subsidized health monthly checkup for people who cannot afford to help build their health capital for the global world and for themselves, especially in developing lower middle income countries. What ideas can you contribute towards raising funds to help finance diseases that are very expensive for treatment? Diseases like heart transplant, diseases like dialysis. In most countries, when people suffer from these diseases, sometimes raising money becomes very difficult. You have to go to the media. What ideas can you introduce to government, global leaders that can help them raise money to finance such disease when people get affected, when people get dialysis, when people get these very hard kidney transplant, heart transplant, all those areas? What ideas can you help build the health capital of nations in global world when it comes to introducing neglected ideas that will help introduce compulsory free monthly health checkup for people economically disadvantaged or perennial family, that can help also introduce ideas to raise funds to support disease that require high level of treatment over the period. And these are things you have to see to get to the world's pinnacle. Number 4, expansively work towards reaching the world's pinnacle by bridging your performance, sustainability, and sustainability gap. Work towards reaching the world's pinnacle by bridging your performance gap, sustainability gap, and sustainability gap over the period. How do you do that? Extrapolate profound strategies and approaches from 30 to 40 top notch in your field of discipline. Find out what is the gap, your performance gap, sustainability gap, clairvoyance gap, also sustainability gap between yours and the top notch in your field of discipline. Extrapolate strategies, approaches, unconventional approaches and framework that will help you bridge that gap. That will buoy your competence, that will buoy your integrated edge over the period. As done by Sabina Bardonislia, an Italian pharmacist over the period, who understood what it means to bridge the performance, sustainable and sustainability gap over the period by equipping yourself with linear strategies from top notch, about 30 to 40 top notch in the field of discipline. What are some of the strategies I can equip myself to bridge that level of gap between myself and those top notch, lionize and meetable personality in my field of discipline over the period to achieve that? These are things that you have to also think of achieving that consistently. Number 4, how do I get to the world's pinnacle? Number 4, the last point, number 5, consistently, or most importantly, or very hardworkingly, help build the financial vibrancy of yourself, the community, the global world, your country in the global world. Help build the economic vibrancy of yourself, your community, your country in the global world. How do you do that? What ideas can you contribute? What blessing ideas can you contribute that will help government, parents, to create investment fund for children when they are at age 2, which will mature to at the age of 20. So what ideas can you contribute, help government, parents to create investment for children when they are age at 2, so that the investment will mature when they age at 20? What's the need for this investment? This investment is important because it will serve as a source of capital for these group of people to invest, to ignite their entrepreneurial ability, to jettison the issue of unemployment. If you can contribute idea that will help government and parents create investment for children when they are age 2 and to mature when they are age 20, the time you're age 20, that matured, that can serve as a lot of launch pad or investment that they can invest into diversified aspect of the economy to unleash the entrepreneurship verb and also and their resourcefulness to jettison the issue of unemployment, because they can have money to invest to reduce the level. Unemployment is becoming very monstrous, very rapidly for the global world. What ideas can you contribute to help jettison the issue of unemployment? As done by a person like Ivanka Toravic, a Croatian business magnate who was net worth $14.4 billion in 2022 over the period. But that's still what it means to achieve that. Thank you. Thank you for your time. I share with you, you're not in this world by an accident. Go to my YouTube channel. I use the name Bismanko Say. Watch my videos and motivation must watch them, subscribe to them. Also go to YouTube. I have a channel. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world. Go and watch my teachings and things in course of marriage and subscribe to them. I'm counting on you guys. Also go to Amazon Kindle and Gumroad have these ebooks. Have a lot of ebooks. Good, they have a lot of ebooks. Go and get the book. Have these ones for you. Body competence, the crowded plan, $4. It will be possible to have this world without you, $4. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world, $5. There is something inside you, the world is in need of $4. Leaders with generational thinkers, $5. Go to Amazon Kindle, go to Gumroad, get these books for yourself. Thank you for your time. See you. Bye bye. Remember that you're not in this world by accident. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. See you.